It was the greatest scandal in Westeros, a secret whispered behind silken curtains and stone walls. The princess who was promised to unite two great houses broke her vow. Rhaenyra Targaryen, heir to the Iron Throne, bound in marriage to Laenor Velaryon, the perfect political match, betrayed her husband in a way that would shake the very foundation of the realm. But what drove her to do it? Was it lust, loneliness, or something far deeper, a quiet rebellion against a world that demanded obedience from a woman born to rule? Today, we uncover the real reason why Rhaenyra Targaryen betrayed Laenor Velaryon with her secret romance, a story of forbidden love, duty, and the dangerous game of appearances that set fire to the history of House of the Dragon. Stay tuned, because this isn't just a tale of infidelity, it's a tragedy that redefined loyalty, love, and power in the Targaryen dynasty. The marriage that was never meant to be. From the very beginning, Rhaenyra and Laenor's marriage wasn't born from love, it was born from politics. King Viserys, desperate to mend the strained bond between House Targaryen and House Velaryon, arranged their union as a symbol of strength. Laenor Velaryon was everything a matchmaker could dream of. Heir to Driftmark, of pure Valyrian blood, and respected among nobles. On paper, it was perfect. But beneath the gold and glory, both Rhaenyra and Laenor carried secrets. Laenor, despite his noble heart, was not interested in women. His heart, and desires, lay elsewhere, in the company of men. Rhaenyra knew this, and unlike most political brides, she accepted it. She wanted the freedom to live as she pleased too. It was a marriage built not on passion, but on mutual understanding. A silent pact between two people trapped by duty. They would play their roles in public, husband and wife, prince and princess, but behind closed doors, they would each follow their own hearts. And for a while, it worked. The search for freedom. For Rhaenyra, freedom was everything. As the first woman named heir to the Iron Throne, she carried a burden no man before her had ever known. Every smile, every move, every whisper around her was a judgment of her worth. The court wanted her to be perfect, dutiful, pure, controlled. But Rhaenyra was fire. She was born of dragons, and fire cannot be caged. After the rumors of her night with Daemon, she had already tasted rebellion, and she liked it. The taste of independence, of doing what she wanted, when she wanted. So when she met Sir Harwin Strong, her sworn protector, strong, kind, and fiercely loyal, something inside her awakened again. Harwin wasn't a prince. He wasn't a dragon rider or a court manipulator. He was real, a man of flesh and blood who saw Rhaenyra not as a future queen, but as a woman. And that was something no one else in her world had ever offered her. The secret romance begins. It started quietly, stolen glances, soft words, the kind of chemistry that neither of them dared name. Harwin had seen Rhaenyra at her most vulnerable, watched her navigate the venom of court politics, and he admired her strength. For Rhaenyra, Harwin became her escape, her sanctuary from the endless expectations that surrounded her life. But soon, the walls of secrecy began to crumble. Because passion, no matter how hidden, leaves traces. Her children, Jacaerys, Lucerys, and Joffrey, bore none of Laenor Velaryon's features. No silver hair, no violet eyes, only the brown curls and strong build that echoed Harwin Strong himself. The truth could be denied, but never unseen. The whispers in the Red Keep. In the Red Keep, rumors spread like wildfire. The court whispered that the princess had betrayed her husband. That the father of her children wasn't Laenor at all. Even King Viserys, blinded by love for his daughter, refused to accept what everyone else could see. They are Velaryons, he insisted, clinging to the illusion of legitimacy. But not everyone was willing to play along. Queen Alicent Hightower, Rhaenyra's former friend turned rival, saw the truth as a weapon. She saw Rhaenyra's secret romance as proof that the princess was unfit to rule. Every glance, every smirk at court became a dagger aimed at Rhaenyra's back. And yet, despite the danger, Rhaenyra refused to stop. Because Harwin wasn't just her lover, he was the only person who made her feel alive. Why Rhaenyra betrayed Laenor, the emotional truth. To understand why Rhaenyra betrayed Laenor, we need to look deeper than passion. It wasn't just about lust or rebellion. It was about love, but more than that, it was about freedom. Rhaenyra had been told all her life what she could and couldn't do. Who she could marry, how she should behave, what kind of queen she should become. But Harwin Strong was her choice. Her secret, her rebellion against a world that treated her like a pawn in the Game of Thrones. In a way, her betrayal wasn't against Laenor, it was against the system that forced her into a loveless marriage in the first place. Laenor knew who she was. He understood her better than anyone. And maybe, deep down, he didn't even see it as betrayal, because he, too, was living a lie. Their marriage had always been an act of survival. The double life of Princess Rhaenyra. For years, Rhaenyra balanced her two worlds, the loyal wife in public, and the passionate lover in secret. At court, she played her role perfectly. She smiled at Laenor, raised their children, and stood proudly as the future queen of Westeros. But behind the curtain, her nights belonged to Harwin Strong. They shared quiet moments in hidden halls, away from prying eyes. He was her protector, her confidant, and the father of her sons, even if the world could never acknowledge it. To those who served her, it was an open secret. To her enemies, it was ammunition. And in a kingdom that thrived on deceit, Rhaenyra's greatest sin was believing she could keep her secret forever. The consequences of desire. Every choice in Westeros comes with a price. And for Rhaenyra, that price came in blood. When Alicent's son, Aemond, accused her boys of being bastards, the fragile peace shattered. Fights broke out. Accusations turned into duels. Even Harwin's own father, Lord Lionel Strong, Hand of the King, grew anxious. The whispers had become too loud. Soon after, tragedy struck. Harrenhal burned, and with it, both Harwin and his father perished. Some said it was an accident. Others whispered it was no coincidence at all. The man Rhaenyra loved was gone, consumed by the very flames of fate she had tried to defy. And with him, the only piece of her life that had been truly hers vanished forever. The bitterness of guilt. After Harwin's death, Rhaenyra was consumed by guilt. She had loved him fiercely, but that love had destroyed him. Her secret had brought ruin not just upon her reputation, but upon the man who dared to love her openly. And though she had never meant to hurt Laenor, her betrayal had left him a ghost in his own marriage. Laenor, once cheerful and noble, began to withdraw from court life. His own lovers mocked him behind his back, calling him the husband of the realm's greatest liar. He knew the truth. Everyone did. And yet, he endured it with quiet dignity. For all her fire, Rhaenyra couldn't help but admire him for that. A different kind of love. Here's the truth most people overlook. Rhaenyra didn't hate Laenor. In her own way, she loved him. Not with passion, but with respect. They were partners in survival, bound by duty and shared understanding. And when